of the border in Toronto. The setting for the Hawks. You want to talk about explosive finishers? He's one of the best. John Collins, looking to take flight and lead his team as they prepare to do battle at Scotiabank Arena. Hawks, Raptors is next. We're back in just a moment.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And here we go. Tonight, the Toronto Raptors facing off against the Atlanta Hawks.
Looking at the Hawks, they know it's always tougher winning on the road, facing a solid team, but one with weaknesses. They'll look to take advantage and steal the win.
We've talked about this year's rookie class. Cam Reddish is another great talent. Shaq, what does he need to do to reach his full potential?
He can do a lot of everything, but sometimes he's not as assertive as he needs to be, and I'm not sure when he knows to be assertive. He needs to get in that gym with Rock.
Yeah, I believe that, too. Yeah, his strength and conditioning with Rock would be great, but he has no glaring weaknesses right now in terms of skill set. He's a good all-around player.
I need you to toss it to Kevin Harlan and be really assertive when you do it.
Okay, now we send it over to you, Kevin Harlan. Get ready for the opening tip.
Hello and welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Capella.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
For a long time, the Raptors playing in Canada was seen by some as a detriment to their competitive prospects. Players dealt with issues like passports, different money, going through customs, and on and on. But now the Raptors use it as a strength, not as a weakness. They have a whole nation behind them. And they have Toronto, a diverse city with global engagement. Kevin?
And the game is going global. You're right. Thank you, D.A. Of course, we know these teams have great perimeter play, and they rely on it a lot.
It feels as though, Kevin, the current rules in today's game favor ball handling. They favor shooting ability. They want high-scoring games with an ability to go unimpeded to the basket. And what it translates to me, it translates to pretty free-flowing basketball. You've seen the game evolve over the years, Kevin. What's your take on it?
I love the way that we see guys with great handles that can shoot and penetrate. I love the bigs outside. I got to tell you, Doris, there's nothing about the game I don't like right now.
I'm right there with you.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Clint Capella is out there with Collins, and it's Young in at the point guard. And for Toronto, Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Van Vliet and Lowry are the 1 and the 2. And it's McCall in at the small forward. And so it's the Raptors getting on the board first. Shot by Collins, no good. They swipe it. Ball's knocked loose. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
And, Greg, you cannot allow your opponent to shoot that high a percentage. That is going to get you beat night after night.
Now Young. Against Washington, he was really on his game. Pass to Capella. And the layup's good off the glass.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. 11 feet away. And it's off the back rim. No good. The Hawks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Passes it to McCaw, right wing. Shot from the low block. A nice shot by Gasol.
You know, outstanding start. You've made 3 of your first 4.
Young with the ball. Hard to imagine, but the stats are tremendous as he averages close to 27 points a game. Fires for 3. No good that time. And Toronto will come the other way. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
Yeah, and what a gut-wrencher it was for them last time they met. Ended up on the losing side in that one.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Raptors leading by 4. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. Sinks the three-pointer.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Here's Herter, now recovering. Herter passes to Collins. Young outside. 6 on the shot clock. Shot to stop the run. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. So it's the Hawks now. Collins dishes to Capella. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Hawks passing it around. Here's Herter. Now recovering. It's good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rag. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here is Lowry following the bucket by the Hawks. Now the pass to Siakam. Here's McCaw. Misses the baby hook. The Hawks trail by 5.
And you talk about this market of Toronto, Doris, it's been slept on for a long time.
No doubt, Greg, this is one of the biggest markets in North America. The Raptors are Canada's team, a country of over 37 million people. The Raptors ranked 4th last season in attendance.
Just 2 to shoot. They get it again. Capella, and a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Capella's got 6. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. Pass to McCaw. Back to Van Vliet. Baseline J on the way. Siakam misses off the left iron. Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Herter. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
How about the vision from the crafty little guard? Young excels at realizing when his guys have clean looks.
Outside Lowry. Back to Van Vliet. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
The Hawks trail by 3. And Young kicks to Capella. Back to Young. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
It took him a while, but he finally gets one to fall.
And here is Van Vliet. 8 points his last outing. Pass to McCaw. Pass to Van Vliet. Clock at 6. To the wing right side. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Powell, he's checked in for Fred VanVleet. Now here's Hunter. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. The pass to Capella. Now Young. Shot clock at 5. Capella inside, defended by Gasol. Here's Herter. Right now he's averaging 11 points a game. He can't get that one.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And the dunk by Powell.
Well, the increased playmaking ability of Pascal Siakam on display. Pretty pass.
The Hawks trail by 3. Gasol with the steal. The drive by Siakam. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 3rd assist on the night. Atlanta shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Finished off the break. Lowry's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Now Kyle Lowry with a little larceny to set up the bucket. Go ahead.
Now Young. And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And, you know, they played a terrific all-around game. The effort level was there as well as the production.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was hard to imagine them being much better at the offensive end. They were so efficient in almost every aspect.
And the Raptors with some changes. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Gasol. And it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson in for Patrick McCaw. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Collins. Reddish comes in for Hunter. Bembry's checked in for Kevin Herter. And it's Teague in for Young. Now here's Teague. An 11-point game for him in the win against Washington.
Well, Jeff Teague knows how to get by and find teammates. That's pretty right there.
Lowry with the ball. Siakam left side. He kicks it to Powell. Back to Siakam. Clock at 4. Over Dedmon. Siakam misses.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Raptors leading by 5. The drive by Lowry. And he makes that one. Lowry's got 7 points in the game.
Some guys, Kevin, just have a knack to get to the cup. Kyle Lowry's all about being aggressive and assertive.
And Atlanta has possession.
I think quickness has probably never been more important in the NBA, but you cannot overlook the value of strength. Think about a guy like Kyle Lowry. He's not the biggest, he's not the most explosive, but he's got strength and he's got that bulldog mentality.
And Kyle Lowry, Doris, never shy about contact.
You're right, Kevin. Never shy on either end, offensively or defensively. Kyle Lowry will get into you. He is the tone setter with his physicality and his effort level.
And the first one drops. Of course, you can't help but notice the teams are shooting earlier in the shot clock. One theory being the faster you shoot, the more possessions you get. Well, and the numbers would speak to that.
No doubt, Kevin. And the reality is, for announcers and for fans, that breakneck pace makes it more exciting for us. One NBA coach told me this past year that your field goal percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock gives you your best opportunity to make it. And the longer that shot clock goes on, the more your field goal percentage dips. So, hey, good for us, good for the fans, good for the teams.
And that's because the defense has a chance to settle, correct?
Exactly right.
And so Lowry nails both of them.
You know, you think about the most important players in Toronto Raptors history. Vince Carter probably #1. DeMar DeRozan would be on that list. But boy, Kyle Lowry has got to be there as well. Remarkable how far they've come since he joined the team back in 2012.
Now here is Lowry after Clint Capella's miss. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Teague covering. Here's Siakam. And again, no good by Toronto. And the Raptors and Lowry both grew together, Doris, wouldn't you say?
A marriage made in heaven. Kyle Lowry has always played with a huge chip on his shoulder. He still carries that edge, but that maturity and leadership turned into a championship in Toronto. Doesn't get better than that.
Now here's Capella after the miss from Cam Reddish. Teague deciding where to go with it. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Lowry with the ball. And it's Reddish picking him up. And the shot goes down.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And here is Teague. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Pass to Dedmon. Here's Bembry. Dedmon inside. Working on Ibaka. They get it back. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Capella's got 10.
Well, they're not behind because of this guy. He is putting on a tremendous run.
Pass to Powell. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Siakam. Bembry with the rebound.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
A nice shot by Teague.
Well, you can just see Jeff Teague oozes confidence anytime he's got to use the dribble drive. I love watching him do that.
Lowry can't get it to go.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Anunoby, he's checked in for the Raptors. Fred VanVleet comes in for Kyle Lowry. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Jones is checked in. Now here's Jones. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Doris, for Jeff Teague, he's not expected to be the scorer on this team that he once was.
And for Teague, to me, that is a blessing, as he is much better suited as a distributor of the basketball. He's got great vision, he cut down on his turnovers, and therefore his assist numbers increased.
Patrick McCaw, he's checked in for the Raptors. Here's Anunoby. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Kicks it to Powell for the 3. Reddish grabs the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
It's stolen by Jones. Pass break here. Here come the Hawks. For 3. A shot by Reddish. No good. Raptors leading by 3. 30 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Hollis Jefferson. And that one goes long.
Going for that shot in that situation is something that isn't going to help the offense.
And in a way, by taking that one, he's bailing out the defense. It's just too easy to stop.
Now here's Teague. He's got 6. 5 to shoot. From the arc. The shot missing. Kyle Lowry firing on all cylinders for Toronto. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll get right back to the action when we return. A unique upbringing for Clint Capella. Spent years in a welfare orphanage in Switzerland. He said he never imagined he'd come this far.
Über As a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about that far. I would say that's even past my dreams. I mean, now I'm just living the moment, trying to work hard as I can, and just enjoy the present. Enjoy the present.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors guys, your thoughts?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
We've got Ibaka, Anunoby out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then there's Norman Powell, and it's McCall in at the point. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. Now here's Jones. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Bembry with his first shot attempt. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time, Greg. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Now here is Ibaka. Passes to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Ibaka. It's stolen by Jones. Bembry the pass to Dedmon. And Dedmon throws it down.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Knocked loose, so it's the Hawks now. And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for Atlanta. They trail by 1. They host the 76ers after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, the Hawks said they were going to be patient when they rebuilt their team, and they were going to do it through the draft, and they've stuck to that script. Now, Trae Young is probably the biggest name, but Atlanta's added a lot of great young talent the last 3 years. There's John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and in 2019, the Hawks added 3 more good young players in the draft. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Bruno Fernando. Things are looking up in Atlanta.
I would think so, too. On paper, it looks good. We'll see if it materializes. D.A., thank you as always. And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Hollis Jefferson. About this time of the year, we hear early talk about end-of-the-season awards. When you're thinking about who you'd vote for MVP or whatever, Doris, when do you start giving consideration to those topics?
You know what's fascinating, Kevin, is where all the major awards are considered, particularly the MVP, it feels like there's a narrative that develops back when the season starts. The key as a voter, I think, is to sort of eliminate the noise, look at the numbers, consider the success of teams, and make your decision from there. You've got to make sure you're really doing your research.
And sometimes, am I right, it comes down to the final couple days of the regular season before a voter like yourself knows for sure.
Kev, I have cast my MVP ballot on the last possible day in each of the last 3 years.
Wow. Here's Gasol following the 3 by Atlanta. Excellent D that time from Jones.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Toronto trailing. Inside. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
What an excellent post-entry pass. Good things happen when you make that next look.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Hawks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And he can't get the first one. Fred VanVleet is checked in for the Raptors. No good on the second free throw.
As he enters his mid-30s, Marc Gasol showing no signs of slowing down. If anything, I think he's a better all-around basketball player.
Now, here is Young. Here's Herter. Jones finds Young. And a miss there on the triple. And through his first 8 seasons in the NBA, Marc Gasol made a total of 12 three-pointers. Nowadays, Greg, he'll make more than that in a month.
and you ask around, he's always been capable. A great shooting touch. It's just a different job description for big men nowadays.
Johnson, good. Here's Young. Dishes it to Collins. Jones, the pass to Herter. 13 feet away. Gasol with the steal. Here's Anunoby, defended by Young. And the shot will not go from Anunoby. Goes up on the high post. And that one hits back iron.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
VanVleet passes to Gasol. Over Jones. A nice shot by Gasol. Gasol's got 6.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
The Hawks trail by 5. And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
3rd foul of the half, and that's the risk you take leaving him out there.
The Raptors making a switch here. Lowry's checked in. Now, here's Hunter. D right on him. Puts up a 3, and Herter gets it to go. Herter's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Hawks.
Well, after hitting 0 from distance in the first, that's his 2nd make this quarter.
Now here's VanVleet, defended by Young. Johnson kicks to Anunoby. Just 5 to shoot. On the pass to VanVleet. Trying to get open is Johnson. VanVleet can't get it to go.
Boy, that's too easy to miss, but somehow he finds a way to do it.
Takes the 13-footer. Young's shot is off. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Toronto Raptors. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
They are just killing them on the interior.
The Hawks trail by 4. Now, here is Young. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Tough night continues. Shooting a woeful 1 for 9.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Siakam is checked in for Anunoby. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Atlanta. Hawks on D. Gasol passes to Lowry. And he may not have gotten the same attention as some of the other picks back in the 2017 draft, Greg, but John Collins out of Wake Forest has been outstanding thus far in his career.
Really one of the league's best kept secrets. Tremendous athleticism, also great hands, and just has a knack for moving to the open spot around that rim.
Shoot two.
No good on the free throw. Isn't it interesting, Doris, to see how these NBA players that come into the league looking one way physically and they leave looking another way, they change their bodies over the course of their careers.
Kevin, you talked about this earlier. These players commit to their season over the course of 365 days. Virtually no offseason. Think about the reigning MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who adds 50 pounds of muscle from the time he enters the NBA. Or the other side of the equation, right? A Yusuf Nurkic or a Marc Gasol, who drop weight, Kevin, to enhance their quickness and their stamina. These guys are so committed.
They are. Lowry can't get it to go.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
A solid mid-range shooter. Hunter knows where his strengths are.
Now here's Van Vliet, defended by Young. Over to the wing. Lowry from outside. That ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
The Hawks trail by 3. Young taking his time here. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
The Hawks shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Outside Collins. He kicks it to Hunter. Hawks passing it around. Shot clock at 6. Young from outside. Good on the triple. Young's got 6 points in the quarter.
And yes, sometimes Young can't be stopped. This is the kind of player he can be.
Here's Siakam. Gasol trying to free himself up. And the shot goes in from Siakam. And the Raptors lead by 4.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Lobbed up there for Collins. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Just great anticipation by Young. He just sees the play developing, knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball. Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. The Hawks trail by 4. Herter passes to Hunter. Collins against Siakam. Young for 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Siakam finds Van Vliet. And he banks in the layup. And now a 6-point Raptor lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Hawks shooting 44% from the floor since we began the second quarter. Young passes to Herter to the middle. Capella against Gasol. Outside Collins. Pass to Herter from deep. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got his 5th rebound in this one. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
The Hawks trail by 6. Here's Herter. 10 points for him. In the corner, it's Hunter. Offensive rebound. Lets the 3 fly. Hits it from 3-point range. Hunter's got 5.
Yeah, just not being as physical inside as they need to be right now. They're not creating the second chance opportunities that they did in the first.
Now here is Lowry. He's coming off a 16-point game against San Antonio.
And don't forget the sensational plays he made out there. He saw the court so well, firing perfect passes to teammates for wide open shots.
Now here's Hunter after the Marcus Olmos. There's 1:26 left to play here in the second quarter. The kick out to Young. Right side, Collins. That one doesn't drop, so the Raptors will take it the other way. Here's Van Vliet. Goes back up. He doesn't hit that one. Good work defensively by Capella.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical. Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
Lowry passes to Van Vliet. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 5th assist in this one. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the half. Young dishes to Capella. And Young, here we go. Good D by Siakam.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
The Hawks trail by 8. Here's Young. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Gasol's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Clint Capella. Toronto shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. And the second free throw, good. Now T. 1 second left. Can't hit that one. And so it's the Toronto Raptors in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kyle Lowry. Kyle, you came out strong to take advantage in the first half. Were you pleased with the effort?
Yeah, we got to keep it up. Our defensive intensity has to stay high.
That has led to some great play at the other end. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Boy, what a crowd joining us here for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Kyle Lowry has been the story in this one. He ended up with 19 points, 5 assists, and 1 steal. And let's get your thoughts, big fella, on the Raptors.
The little big man, Kyle Lowry, gives you the toughness, a guy who can make tough shots. A streak shooter. He owned that first half, though.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on Atlanta.
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See everybody with Kevin Harlan.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Kyle Lowry has just been sensational.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Checking out the group for Lloyd Pierce to start the second half. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. And it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Took him no time at all on that one. Herter's got the first points of the second half here for the Hawks. Lowry passes to Siakam. Gasol trying to free himself up. Siakam misses. The Hawks trail by 6. The Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
And on our sideline, our reporter David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A. You throw good, Van Vliet. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career and what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare.
Take a break.
No one prepares more.
Shot.
No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
And that one falls for Young.
He's a guy you have to game plan for. The way Young scores and passes the ball creates so many problems for the defense.
And so Young nails them both.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Van Vliet looking around. Left side Gasol. The fadeaway. That one goes in. Gasol's got 8.
This guy has such incredible touch in the mid-range. There isn't a shot Marc Gasol can't make.
Young outside. Here's Capella. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. To the left wing. Outside Gasol. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Siakam. And again, it's Toronto converting.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players to me deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Here's Young, following the basket by Pascal Siakam. Down low, Gasol with the steal. And now Siakam pushing it up and no one back to stop him.
Well, how about the defensive activity of Marc Gasol and then the presence of mind to use the push-ahead pass.
Young with the ball. He's got 10. Pass to Herter. Now here's Capella. While recovering, and it's Capella missing. Toronto leading by 10. And here's Lowry. Siakam passes to Lowry. And Capella sends it back to the left side wing. Hunter, no one around him. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Van Vliet can't get it to go.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
And that one's good. Hunter.
A very consistent three-point shooter. Hunter shoots it well from there because of how confident he is.
Right wing. Oh, wide open look for Gasol. And again, Toronto no luck.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Damian Jones is checked in for Clint Capella. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. And here's Young from the arc. Passes it to Herter. Three-pointer. Kept alive. Jones. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. For Atlanta, they have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. OG Anunoby's checked in for the Raptors. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And just like his brother Powell, Marc Gasol active in humanitarian causes.
I mean, we saw him volunteering on rescue boats in the Mediterranean. Mark doing his part, but also bringing attention to that humanitarian crisis.
Young against Lowry. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Let's check out some of the best shooting teams out there. Number 5, the Hawks.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
The first free throw is good.
Boy, Kyle Lowry has carved out for himself quite the career. This guy came in as a dogged defender, and on the offensive end, he's able to create for both himself and his teammates.
And Kyle Lowry drops them both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Here's Young. And the shot goes in. Young's got 14.
You gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
Lowry kicks to Siakam. Over Collins, and the shot goes in from Siakam. 16 points for him.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
And so Young will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. 6-point game. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Siakam's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. The drive by Lowry. Gasol. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Now, here's Hunter. Lowry covering. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the Raptors. They've led by as much as 10. To the inside. Here's Siakam. It's rebounded by Herter. The Hawks trail by 6. Young in the corner. Traps in the tray. Young's got 9 points now in just the second half.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
Lowry passes to Gasol. Back to Lowry. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. White block shot. And the shot is long.
Well, tremendous defensive effort on the interior. That's the kind of contest you want.
Now, here's Hunter. Lowry covering. Now, here's Hunter. Jones finds Collins. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Siakam passes to Lowry. The shot's good. Lowry's got 23 points.
Give him another. This guy may not be the tallest or most athletic, but Kyle Lowry can find ways to score.
Atlanta calls timeout.
Boy, you look at all the athletes on this team. How about Pascal Siakam? This guy may be the fastest power forward in the NBA. And if you couple that with ball handling, this guy is tremendous in transition.
And the Raptors with some changes. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Gasol. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Pascal Siakam. And Norman Powell subbed in for McCall. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Damian Jones. Reddish comes in for Hunter. Bembry's checked in for Kevin Herter. And it's Teague in for Young.
Yeah, there's an awareness that's required to be a good passer. And Kyle Lowry, he has it.
The Hawks trail by 7. And the speed and quickness of Siakam, not just an asset in transition. Doris defensively, he is something special.
There is no doubt. At 6'9", but he's got a 7'3" wingspan. Siakam's combination of length and mobility, tailor-made for the modern NBA.
And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Powell, the pass to Anunoby. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Dedmon defending. Hollis Jefferson can't hit. The Hawks shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Inside, Collins. That shot off. Some solid defense from Ibaka. Anunoby kicks to Powell. Back to Anunoby. Right through the D for the layup. And it's a 9-point Toronto lead.
And can't do much else. The strength of Anunoby comes in handy on those challenging finishes.
Snatched away. And there's the pass to Lowry. Here's Ibaka. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 7th assist here tonight. The Hawks trail by 11. Teague, the pass to Dedmon. Teague kicks to Bembry. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Bembry's got 5.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Raptors leading by 8. Lowry passes to Anunoby. Over Reddish. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Cam Reddish.
OG Anunoby is tremendously athletic, and when he plays with this level of aggression, it's hard not to foul him.
2 seasons at Indiana for OG Anunoby, and the 23rd pick of the 2017 draft. Great talk about his game.
You know, NBA ready physically from day one. You know, still working for consistency with his shooting, especially at the free throw line. But I like his potential as a two-way player.
First free throw is good.
And it seems like every team is in search of the, quote, power wing. The guys that have the quickness to defend on the perimeter and the strength to battle inside. OG Anunoby certainly fits the bill.
And so he makes both from the line. And a 7'2" wingspan for Anunoby. He's got the reach, Doris, of a big man.
He does, Kevin. He also has the strength of a big man, but he's got the versatility defensively to guard across 4 positions. It's about finding consistent minutes for OG because the potential is there, Kevin.
Now Lowry. Jeff Teague missing from long range. Ibaka in the post. Teague covering from 10 feet out. Shots good by Ibaka. Ibaka's got the lead up to 12 now for the Raptors.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Hawks shooting a pretty low 34% thus far. Teague dishes to Dedmon. Outside Teague. Looking to get it going. It's rebounded by Anunoby. Raptors leading by 12. Here's Powell. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. He dishes it to Lowry. Lowry drawing the double team. Takes it from 10, and he can't bank that one in. Teague for 3. It doesn't go for him. And Toronto will come the other way.
You know, scoreless this quarter, and it's not helping them battle back.
Lobs it up for Ibaka. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And Teague, here we go. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Reddish.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
That free throw, no good.
Well, there's so much value in how Jeff Teague runs an offense. He's got great speed. He plays hard on both ends of the floor. I think any organization would be lucky to have this guy.
Siakam is checked in for Toronto. Fred VanVleet comes in for Kyle Lowry. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Clint Capella, he's checked in for John Collins. And it's the Raptors ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Pass to Powell to the wing on the left. Siakam against Capella. VanVleet passes to Siakam. 6 to shoot. Count that one from VanVleet. VanVleet's got 12 points in the game.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Bembry. 5 points in the game. Pass to Teague. There's 1:26 left to play in the third. The teardrop falls in.
Jeff Teague's such a seasoned veteran. He knows exactly what to do when the defense is playing them in the pick and roll.
Now Powell. Hollis Jefferson finds Siakam. And the wide open shot from Reddish. Nice shot from the wing. Reddish has got his first bucket in this one.
Boy, that's as wide open as you're going to get. The defense needs to lock in and be better than that.
Now here's VanVleet. Defense is right there. To the paint and stolen by Dedmon. Teague with the ball. And it's blocked right out of the air and controls it. Here's Siakam. And it's off from three-point range. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. The Hawks trail by 10. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Now here's Teague, covered by VanVleet. 12 seconds left to play here in the third. 6 on the shot clock. Lob pass to Capella. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Teague.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Dedmon's got it back down to single digits for the Hawks.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And so it's Toronto holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. So it's the Hawks now, trailing here by 8. Siakam and Ibaka, the duo down low. Powell is out there with Fred VanVleet, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Now here's Capella in the corner. Herter with it. Misses the 3. Hollis Jefferson passes to VanVleet. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And only 6 feet tall in shoes, Fred VanVleet's not the biggest, but his toughness, his toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball was the path to something better.
Free throw good, VanVleet. Undrafted out of Wichita State, Fred VanVleet. Never the most heralded player, Doris. But you know, he says he bet on himself, and it's worked.
No doubt. VanVleet's belief in himself gets him a 2-year, $18 million contract. But I think beyond that, this man, in the moments that mattered most in the playoffs, proved that Fred VanVleet will deliver.
And so he hits both. The Hawks trail by 10. Bembry the pass to Herter. Kicks it to Dedmon. Shoots. Herter, no good.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Down low. Teague on the double team. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Passes it to Dedmon. Outside Teague. Here's Herter. Clock at 6. Now the pass to Bembry. No good on the 3.
He's got to know not to take that shot when he's so closely defended.
Hollis Jefferson passes to VanVleet. Now here's Powell. He's covered closely. Siakam left side. Lets it go. Hollis Jefferson can't hit.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Pass to Herter. And the layup falls.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
And so Siakam will bring it up for the Raptors. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. To the middle, picked off in midair. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Had the opportunity on the break, but couldn't sink the 3. Here's VanVleet. And that one, good. VanVleet's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, that's about court awareness. Hollis Jefferson playing very well within the confines of this offense.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions Right now, they need a basket.
Van Vliet with it. Capella's there. There's Hollis Jefferson. That three off the mark.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Toronto leading by 12. Floats it up there for Siakam. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Then breathe the pass to Herter. Atlanta calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with matchups?
And the Raptors making a change here. McCaw's checked in. Hunter's checked in for Atlanta. Trae Young comes in for Jeff Teague. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to listen in on what Lloyd Pierce was saying to the team. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
Thank you, David. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Here's a look at what's coming up for Toronto. On Thursday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Friday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Detroit. They'll take on the Pistons.
And for the matchup with the Pacers, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
The first one falls.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Feeds it to Hunter. Powell with the steal. Siakam passes to Van Vliet, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Van Vliet's got 22.
I'll tell you, Pascal Siakam has shown he is more than capable of passing the rock.
The Hawks trail by 15. Pass to Capella. Here's Herter. Ring shot on the way. No good off the back of the rim.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Van Vliet with the bucket.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And here's Young. He kicks it to Hunter. Down low, Dedmon. In close, he hits it.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Now here's Van Vliet, defended by Young. Passes it to Siakam. Takes a three. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 5 assists in the game. The Hawks trail by 18. There's the pass to Herter. Young outside. From outside the arc. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. To the right side. Here's Siakam. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. He's got 23.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Atlanta's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Now, here's Dedmon. Kicks to Young. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Doris, we know historically the Celtics, the only franchise to ever have a four-peat, 4 straight championships. Do you think at some point we're going to see another?
I'm not sure there can be in today's NBA, Kevin, and there are a number of different contributing factors. Number one, the salary cap implications that happen. Number two, look at the Golden State Warriors, who were well positioned for a three-peat. And yet, as you know, luck plays a small part in an NBA championship. Luck relative to injuries. You see Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant both get lost in the midst of an NBA Finals. This is it's challenging enough to go back-to-back. Forget about four-peat.
And the Hawks making a change here. Collins is checked in. Inside, here's Siakam. Collins with some nice D.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
And so it's Young who brings it up for Atlanta. Pass to Herter. Now Capella. Outside Collins. Ibaka with some nice D. Raptors leading by 20. The high post shot. The shot by Powell, no good. Young outside. Got that one up quick. Young's got 4 points this quarter.
Really clever with the basketball. Young's so advanced offensively. Excellent pull-up jumper there.
Van Vliet kicks to Powell. Off target from outside. The Hawks trail by 18. Here's Hunter. Here's another rebound.
Collecting yet another board.
He's been everywhere. Just sensational.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Some changes for Toronto. Marcus All comes in for Serge Ibaka. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Norman Powell.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Here's McCall. Back to Lowry. And Capella sends it back. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the Hawks with possession here. The Hawks trail by 16. Young with the ball. Pass to Capella. Back to Young. Launches a three. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. And here's another update on the All-Star voting. Just a couple of days left now to cast your ballot.
Yeah, and it's coming down to the wire now, Kevin. A tense time for some of these players.
You take a look at Young. He's got a claim in the final place in the Eastern Conference starting lineup. He's 5th in fan voting.
And it's been a season to remember for him so far. And it'll only get better if he can hang on to that starting spot for All-Star Weekend.
And it seems like the anticipation just continues to build each year around this time of the season. Gonna be a fantastic weekend. Here's Young, following the basket by Marc Gasol. In the corner, it's Capella. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. 16 points for Clint Capella.
Well, he's been shooting it so well because he's been so active, moving and working to get high percentage shots.
Van Vliet kicks to Lowry. Atlanta with the rebound. Collins has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Young dishes to Capella. Outside Collins. Here's Herter. Offensive rebound to the wing right side. Hunter. Here's Capella, and that one drops. Capella's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
Toronto calls timeout. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Pascal Siakam.
He deserves a lot of credit, but the D they played on him deserves a little bit of the blame as well. Even when he got hot, they didn't do enough, I don't think, to try and cool him off. And they've been passive when they've needed to be aggressive. And boy, did he make them pay.
They'd lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He's shown leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. Raptors leading by 14. Pass to Lowry. Gasol's in the post. Capella's there. Bucket is good.
A nice job taking what the defenders gave him. But these guys need a gut check right now.
Well, simply stated, simply not enough effort, not enough attention to detail. They've gotten run over this evening.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Toronto. They led the game at one point by 20. Toronto working the ball around now. Fades. Siakam misses. The Hawks trail by 16. It's Young on the wing, covered by Van Vliet. Here's Collins, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
You're fighting to keep the possession alive, something this guy does so well.
Toronto's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. And there's the call on Kevin Huerter. That's foul number 2 for him. Hawks on D. Here's Lowry, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
Lobbed up there for Collins.
Oh, what a pass, and then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. Van Vliet with it. Young's there. Siakam passes to Lowry. He kicks to Gasol. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. 14 points for Marc Gasol.
Marc Gasol in the catch-and-shoot game. Okay, we see you, Mark.
Here's Young. .135 left in the fourth quarter. Three-pointer. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
When you're not in rhythm with the 3-ball, why do you keep firing from there?
McCaw with the bucket.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Raptors.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Pascal Siakam.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Guys, how about the journey of the Raptors' Nick Nurse? So well traveled before taking the head job in Toronto. This guy has shown his worth. In his first season as a head coach in the NBA, it translates to a title. Absolutely incredible.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Collins. And so Collins nails both of them. Here's Lowry. They're in good position here to ride it out.
Certainly. If they just play smart, this game's over.
Here's Anunoby. Tips it, but no good.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Well, it's been a hard-fought battle through much of the night. They just missed out on a couple of opportunities they'd love to do over.
Shooting 2.
He drops the first one, and that brings them to within 10. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
And here is Van Vliet. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Mark, we know how important home court is, but especially for you guys down here in Memphis, what's the importance of defending that home court for the team?
Well, we need to win. We need to win, especially at home. Home is always important, and we need every single one of them.
Yeah, FedEx was really kicking tonight, and you guys made that happen. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.